Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Muspa Paramahansa Paribhrajagacharya Sattara Sarasmadhati Dhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki Jai Ramacharya Sri Haridas Thakur ki Jai Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Jai Sri Radha Krishna Bhog Gopinath Sam Khund Radha Khund Giri Govardhan ki Jai Vrindavan Dham ki Jai Navadvip Dham ki Jai Ganga Mai ki Jai Jamuna Mai ki Jai Guru Dwarka Dham ki Jai Swami Bhaktivinoda ki Jai All glories to their Smriti All glories to their Smriti Thank you very much.
All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada.
Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sprouts up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, delusion, and fearfulness.
Jashyang vai sriyamanaya Krishne parama purushe Bhakti rutpaddati pungsha sukamoho bhayapaha. In the previous verse, we have discussed how to be free from the unwanted association, anartha. anartha upasamam saksa. Material life means to be involved with so many unwanted things. That is material life. At the present moment, especially in this Kali Yuga, we are very, very much fallen. Manda samanda matayo manda bhagya upudhrita. Prayana alpa ayusha kalau asmin yuge jana. So, this human life is especially meant for cultivating Krishna consciousness or spiritual understanding of life. Unfortunately, we are very, very slow. Munda. Munda means bad, fallen, abominable. The whole population in this age, they are very, very fallen, manda. Why manda? They have advanced so much in material comforts. That is not required. Real requisition is how to develop our spiritual understanding. That is want. But they are not interested. Manda. Manda means slow or very, very bad. They do not know. People say, just like you go in European and American cities for chanting Hare Krishna, and especially the Indian gentlemen, they come, they laugh. They say, what is this? We have rejected the so-called Hare Krishna chanting, and these people have taken and chanting in the street. They think that many students in Europe and America, Indian students I mean to say, they put forward their question to me, Swamiji, how this Hare Krishna mantra will help us? At the present moment, we require technology. They challenge me. Of course, I reply, this is the position of India. They have given up Hare Krishna. They are working very hard for getting some money for bread. It is said in the Shastra that in the Kali Yuga, people will have to work so hard like an ass to get their morsel of food. We have seen in Calcutta somebody with sacred thread, he was pulling thela and perspirating. And somebody known to him, he said, Panditji, Palage, means I offer my respect to you. And the thela wala says, Jita raho. This is the position. A Brahmana is pulling thela. It is working like an ass. Pulling thela is not the business of human being. But although he thinks himself to be a Brahmana, he is engaged in pulling thela. This is Kali's position. Manda. Manda, manda matayo, manda bhagya. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Therefore, Rishabdev has forbidden that this life, human form of life, is not meant for working so hard like hogs and dogs. Nayang deho deho bhajan niloke Kastan kaman arhati biribhujang je. This is the advice. But we are advancing in civilization. To get our food, we have to work so hard. This is condemnation of life. Human life should be very peaceful and without any hard work we shall get our food and save time for advancing in Krishna consciousness. That is human life. Not that for sense gratification we work so hard like an ass. This is called anartha. Anartha means unwanted things. We can see practically the birds and bees, they are living very easy and comfortable life without any problem. They rise early in the morning regularly, you have seen. As soon as there is little light, immediately they will rise up and they will talk amongst themselves and go one tree to another and will eat one or two fruits, little fruit, ample fruit. They have no scarcity of food and live very pleasantly for eating, sleeping, sex life. They have no problem. These are primary necessities of life. Why there should be problem for these things? But in the human society, there is problem. That is called the effect of Kali Yuga. Effect of Kali Yuga means the so-called advancement of material civilization means to become godless, immoral, and they must suffer. That is going on. So we are increasing our anarthas. Anarthas, and we are becoming entangled in the cycle of birth and death. Bhutta bhutta praliyate. Once we take a certain type of body, we enjoy or suffer for some time, then again we have to give up this body, tatha dehantara prapti, and there is no guarantee what sort of body we are going to get, but it is certain that you are going to get a body, and that may be offered to you by the laws of nature. It may be an more important body than what we have got just now, or it may be less important. It may be cats and dogs or hog, and it may be the body of demigod. That is according to karma. So in this way, we are passing our life eternally. Bhutta bhutta praliyate. We get one type of body, and again we give it up, dehantaram prapti. This is called anartha. Anartha. Anartha upasama. What is that anartha? This is anartha. Why shall I get a new type of body? I am eternal. Nitya sasatoyam na hannate hannamani sarire. Why I am getting this temporary body? This is called Brahma Jigyasa. Unless a man is awakened to this consciousness, why? Kena Upanishad. He is not human being, he is animal. The animal cannot question, the dog cannot question that why I have got this dog's body and my master has got the human body. No, he has no such knowledge. But if a human being cannot consider that I am also an animal and this dog is also animal, I am situated so comfortably and the dog is loitering in the street for a little food, why this condition? So, Shastra says, tatha dehantara prapti, one should think, then if I get another body, whether I shall get the dog's body or a human body or demigod's body, that is consideration, that is intelligence. Not that because I have got this American comfortable body or Indian comfortable body, I should be very much satisfied and do whatever nonsense I think. No. We are under the grip of the stringent laws of material nature. Karanam gunasanga asya sadasat janma junishu. This is human intelligence. One should not be satisfied with this comfortable or so-called educated human body. We should be prepared what we are going to get next. That is real knowledge. Because it is anartha. Anartha means unwanted. Why shall I get at all anybody? I am eternal, I must live eternally. That is human knowledge. That is called Brahma Jignasa. So, Vyasdev, Vidwan, Vidyan Chakri Sattata Sangita. He is learned. We are all fools. Tasya jasyang vaishyamana. If he has made for us, he is compassionate. Sri Shudra Dijabandhuna, those who are actually advanced Brahmana, they take care of. But those who are not Brahmanas, Sri, Shudra, Vaishya and Dijabandhu. Dijabandhu means born in higher family, Brahman, Kshatriya or Vaishya, but does not take care of the real values of life or does not know what is spiritual life. He is called Dijabandhu. Dijabandhu means a friend of a Dija. He cannot be called the born of a Dija. This particular name is very significant. Dijabandhu. Just like a son of a high court justice. You can call him the son of the justice, but he is not justice. Similarly, a son born in Brahmana family, Kshatriya family, higher circle, if he does not act like that, then he should be called according to his qualification. Tat tenaiva viniddhise jadi annatra vidisheta. This is the instruction of Narada. If the son of a Brahmana has acquired the qualities of a Shudra, then he should be called a Shudra, not a Brahmana. Unfortunately, in India especially, where we have got all the Shastras, against the Shastras, without any qualification of a Brahmana, one is claiming to be Brahmana. In Maharaj Prithu's time, he was especially supervising whether a Brahmana is engaged in his Brahminical activities, whether a Kshatriya is engaged in his Kshatriya activities, not that a Brahmana is engaged in Shudra activities and he should be called a Brahmana. That was restricted formally. So, if we want to become free from anartha, then we must follow the Vedic way of civilization. Gunakarma vibhagasa, chatutvarnam maya system gunakarma vibhaga. According, the other day I was suggesting the governor that open Varnashram college. As we are training a medical practitioner, an engineer or any particular type of line, similarly there must be training, school and college, where a person or a boy may be educated as a Brahmana or as a Kshatriya. It is a very simple thing. We should not, I was suggesting, the secular government does not mean that let people do whatever he likes. No. Jatamat tatapat. No, that is not. A government's duty is if anyone is proclaiming himself a Hindu, the government must see that he is acting as a Hindu. If a person is claiming to be Muslim, he must act as a Muslim. That is secular government. Secular government may be impartial, but it is not the government's duty to let the people to be whimsical, whatever he likes he can do. No, that is not so. So we are discussing on this point. So these anarthas will increase as long as we are godless rascals and demons. Therefore here it is suggested, anartha upasamang sakshat bhakti yogam adhokkaji. If you want to be a right gentleman, means according to your position, if you are a Brahmana, you should act as a Brahmana. If you are a Kshatriya, you should act as a Kshatriya. If you are a Vaishya, you act as a Vaishya. And if you are none of them, then you are a Shudra. In this way, if we live like a gentleman, then we can make progress further in spiritual advancement. If we live foolishly, whimsically, as we like, jasastra vidhimusajya vartate kamachara, whatever we like, and others engage, yes, whatever we do, it is right. Jatamat tatapat. This is rascalam. This is not. Now you must act according to the Shastra. But there may be question that whether it is possible now to revive the old culture, position. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore not condemned but rejected. When he was talking with Sri Ramananda Rai, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was putting question and Ramananda Rai was answering. In the beginning, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired from Ramananda Rai, what is the aim of life? Sadha sadhan. What is the aim of life and how to achieve it? So, Ramananda Rai, he was a learned scholar and devotee. He prescribed the varnashram dharma. He said, this is the beginning of human life. And he quoted a verse from the Vishnu Purana, varnashramacharvata purushena parapraman Vishnu aradhati nanna tattva sukarana. Because our aim of life is to approach Lord Vishnu. Nate vidu sarthagatim hi Vishnu. The modern civilization, they do not know it. Nate vidu. What is the aim of life? The aim of life is to satisfy Lord Vishnu. That is the aim of life. Just like ordinarily, the common citizen, a good citizen, his duty is to abide by the laws of the state. That is called good citizen. And if you do not become a good citizen, then you are put into the prison house. Good citizen and bad citizen. Similarly, the aim of human life is to approach Vishnu. But the materialistic person, they do not care for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they manufacture their own plan with materialistic idea. Durasayaje bahirarthama, bahirartha, the external necessity. That is called bahirartha. The bahirartha and anartha is the same thing. Because that is not necessity. We are born under certain laws of the nature. Now, instead of trying to improve this, that cannot be improved. Because the destiny is there. If you are to enjoy a certain type of happiness, it is there already with your birth. A particular type of body which you have obtained, that is already there. You don't require to improve it, it will never be improved. Our main business is how to improve in spiritual life. That is required. Materially, but if you improve in spiritual life, then if you have got any desire for material improvement, that will be automatically served. You don't require to try for it separate. Tasyaiva hetu prajateta kovida nanabhati jad brahmatam uparjada tallabhati dukkha badanna tassukham kalena sarvatra govira rangas. This is the conclusion of the Shastra, that you have got this human form of life, your only business is how to advance in spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness. This is your only business. But because we are surrounded by so many unwanted things, anartha, we are becoming entangled in the cycle of birth and death and old age and disease in different forms. So, we do not know it. Most people, they do not know it. Therefore, Vasudev, lokasya janata, because these fools and rascals, they do not know it, therefore, he has compiled the Satata Sanghita, Srimad Bhagavatam. And the next, it is recommended, Jasang Vaisyamanaya Krishne Paramapurushe Bhakti Rutpadate Pungsang Sogamoha Bhayava. The Bhakti Yoga means to become free from these anarthas, unwanted things we have created. How it will be, how we shall become free from the anarthas, that is recommended. Tatsangva is that Satata Sanghita, Srimad Bhagavatam. If we hear regularly, Jasangva Sriyamanaya, simply by hearing, you don't require to understand even. The hearing is so powerful. That is stated in other place. Sinnatang Sakata Krishna Punna Sravana Kirtan. Krishna Katha is Punna Sravana Kirtan. If you simply hear and talk about Krishna, you become pious. Pious. Even if you don't understand the Sanskrit or English, simply if we become eager to hear about Krishna, then you become pious. It is so powerful. Therefore it is recommended, Jasang Vaisyamanaya Nityang Bhagavata Sevaya. This should be our practice. We are giving this Bhagavad translation all over the world. And you'll be surprised that we are selling more than 30-40 lakhs of rupees per month. This movement is helping the whole human civilization. So, just if one purchases, that is our propaganda, somewhere or other, we are giving one book. This is in the matter of following the footprints of our Guru Maharaj. Our Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami, he was publishing one small paper, Dainik Nadia Prakash in Bengal. And if Brahmachari would go and sell a few copies, he would be very, very glad. He would be very, very glad. Similarly, he advised me also that if you get some money, publish book. And he used to say that this press propaganda, the publication propaganda is Bihad Mridanga. So, just to satisfy him, we are trying to publish this Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Chaitanya Charitamrita, very, very authoritative books in English. And by the grace of Krishna, it is unique in the history that religious book can be sold 40 lakhs of rupees per month. It is record breaking. There is no such instance. Because we are trying to give the opportunity, just sang by Sriyamanayam, simply by hearing. He will become pious. People are suffering on account of becoming impious. So one cannot understand what is God, what is Krishna, unless he has finished his impious activity. Jisham tu antagatam papam jananam punnakarmana te dandamaha nirmukta bhajanti mang dirabdha. This is the principle. You cannot keep men in their impious activities, at the same time he becomes religious or God conscious. That is not possible. That is not possible. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has prescribed a very easy method to become pious. That is the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Cheta Darpana Marjana. The real disease is within our heart. Hridrogo Kamo. Hridrogo Kamo. We have got a disease, heart disease. What is that? Kamo, lusty desires. That is called Hridrogo Kamo. So we have to cure this heart disease, Hridrogo Kamo. And that will be done simply by chanting and hearing the Hare Krishna mantra. Cheta Darpana Marjanam. The heart is all right, but it is covered by the material dirty things, namely the three gunas, Sattva, Raja, Tama guna. But by hearing simply Srimad Bhagavatam, by hearing chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, you will be purified. Nittanga Bhagavata Sevaya. Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nittanga Bhagavata Sevaya. Nittanga Bhagavata, if we take this opportunity, we are opening centers all over the world just to give the people this opportunity. Nittanga Bhagavata Sevaya. Anartha Upasamang Sakshat Bhakti Yogam. Then, as soon as the heart is cleansed by hearing about Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends that. Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. This Srimad Bhagavatam is also Krishna upadesh. Because by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, you will be interested in Krishna. Upadesh about Krishna. That is also Krishna upadesh. And the upadesh instruction given by Krishna, that is also Krishna upadesh. So, this is the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that you go and preach and make propaganda about Krishna upadesh. This is Krishna consciousness movement. We are teaching all our men how to spread Krishna upadesh, how to spread Krishna consciousness. Then Anartha Upasamam Saksha, then all the unwanted things he has contaminated will be finished. Then pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is Krishna consciousness. Pure consciousness means to understand that I am very much intimately connected with Krishna as part and parcel. Just like my finger is very intimately connected with my body. Intimate. If there is little pain in the finger, I become so much disturbed because I have got intimate connection with this finger. Similarly, we have got intimate connection with Krishna. And we are fallen. Therefore, Krishna also feels little pain, and therefore he comes down. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya duskita dharma samasthapanarthaya sambhavami juge juge. Krishna is feeling pain. So you become Krishna conscious, then Krishna will feel pleasure.
Yamanana Krishne Parama Purushe Bhakti Utpaddati Pumsa Soka Moho Bhaya. Tasyang Bhai Sriyata Siyamanana. The Sattata Samhita we have already discussed yesterday morning. Vidyan Chakri Sattata Samhita. This is Vaishnava. Vidyan. Vaishnava is always Vidyan. Vid means knowledge, and Van means one who has knowledge. That is called Vidwan. Vidvan. So, Vyasdev is known as Vedavyas. He is the giver of Vedic knowledge. Vedic knowledge is not given by him. The Vedic knowledge is given by Krishna himself. Tene Brahma Rida Adikavaye. Krishna Vasudeva, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, he gave the knowledge to Lord Brahma. Tene Brahma Dida Adikavaya. Adikavi, the original learned person. Just like this modern nonsense theory that there was in the beginning no life. But that is nonsense. In the beginning there was Brahma, the most learned person. So this theory of modern scientists that there was no human being or there was no man, they are all rascal speculation. It has no value. Here we get the knowledge that originally the Vedic knowledge was given to Lord Brahma. And from Lord Brahma, Narad received the knowledge, and from Narad, Vyasdev received the knowledge, and from Vyasdev, by parampara, disciplic succession, we have received this knowledge. The knowledge is the same. There is no alteration. Because it is coming through the parampara system, there is no breakage. Just like from a very top height, if you give something, but if it is given hand to hand, it does not break. But if you drop anything from very high place, it will be spoiled. Therefore it comes through the parampara. Take for example one fruit, ripened fruit. This Bhagavatam is accepted as the ripened fruit of the Vedic desire tree. Nigama kalpatarur galitam phalamidam. It is the ripened fruit of all Vedic knowledge. Because Vedic knowledge means to understand God. That is Vedic knowledge. Vedascha sarvai ahameva vedyam. That is Vedic knowledge. To understand the Supreme Lord, the original person. That is the end of Vedic knowledge. So that Vedic knowledge is presented in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and therefore in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Vyasdev offers his respectful obeisance, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. But Vasudeva is the origin. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Sa Mahatma Sudurlava. one who has known that Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Vasudeva is everything. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. He is not only ordinary Mahatma, he is Sudurlabha. Durlabha means very rare. And when you add this word, Su, it is very, very difficult. Sudurlabha. That kind of Mahatma, you sit down properly. Who is that man? You sit down properly. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. So how one can understand Vasudeva? Bhaunam Janmanavanti Gyanavan. After many, many births, because we are all living entities in this material world, we are all rascals. We must know it. All rascals. Abodha jata. Everyone who is born in this material world, either he may be even Lord Brahma, and down to the small insect. Anyone who has come to this material world, because we are not material, we are spiritual identity. Na jayate na mriyate va. Never takes birth, never dies. Na hannati hannamani sarire. This is the identification given by Lord Krishna. But we are so foolish and rascals, we never question that my position is na jayate na mriyate va. I never take birth, never I die. Then why I am afraid of death and why I am actually undergoing birth and death? I am born, everyone knows, I have come out from my mother, therefore jayate. So why I have taken birth? And again everyone knows, as sure as death, mriyate va. So why this discussion? This is human being. The cats and dogs, they cannot question this. So this question is called Brahma Jigyasa. That I am free soul, aham brahmasmi, soham, I am the same quality as the Supreme Lord. So why I am put into this condition? This is beginning of human life. This is the beginning of human life. And if one does not inquire this, then he is enemy. Plain thing. Just like Sanatana Goswami, he was minister, but he could understand that what to speak of becoming a minister, minister can become any rascal. I am the fool number one. Therefore he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the first question was, Ke ami keno more jape thaputra. He was never proud that I am minister, I am so learned scholar. Why shall I go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and ask him, who am I? This is humbleness, and this is the qualification of becoming a disciple. When one becomes humble, when actually one understands that he is fool number one, he has to go to Guru to understand the value of his life, then he is intelligent. And so long he keeps himself in the darkness that I know everything. Who is richer than me, who is learned than me, who is powerful than me, I am this, I am that. That means he is rascal. Abodha jata. Parabhavastavad abodha jata. So long we keep ourselves in this misunderstanding that I know everything, I am a very great person. Then whatever he is doing, it is his defeat. Abodha, parabha. That is going. The so-called leaders, they do not know what is their spiritual identification and becoming unnecessarily proud. They are doing anything and everything. Abodha jata. They do not know they will have to be have to suffer for this ignorance. We have repeatedly said that if you keep yourself in ignorance, and if you do, because wrong thing is done by rascals and ignorant. No intelligent man will do any wrong thing. That's a fact. And violation of the laws is done. Either a criminal willfully doing, or a person, one who does not know the law, he commits. But you know or not know, if you have violated the law, then you have to be punished. Prakite krimanani guni karmani sa. Ahankara vimuratma kartaham iti mannati. You are not independent. So Vasudev, he is giving us this knowledge, vidya. Lokasya jana, the whole population, the total number of the living entities, either he is Brahma or small, proportionately, they are all in ignorance. Otherwise, why Brahma required Vedic knowledge? It is said, Tene Brahma Rida Adikavaye. Adikavaye Brahma, he is Swayambhu. He is so great that he is directly born from Narayana, Swayambhu, not through any material mother. Just imagine how he is great. And Brahma is great, everyone knows. So, he had to take knowledge also. Otherwise, why it is said, Tene Brahmarida Adikavaye. Even though he is the most learned Adikavi, he had to take knowledge. So you can say, he is the first creature, there was nobody there. How he took knowledge? Who gave him knowledge? The answer is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam, that Vasudeva gave him. Where is Vasudeva? There was none. No. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddese arjuna tishtati. Vasudeva means who stays everywhere. Vasati, sarvatra. Vasudeva sarvamiti. Sa Mahatma. So Vasudeva is there. So Brahma was, although there was nobody else except Brahma, he was in the darkness. Still, Vasudeva was there. Ishara sarvabhutana riddesha. So he gave him. Tene Brahma. Brahma means Vedic knowledge. So Vasudeva sarvamiti. Vasudeva is everywhere and he is ready to help us. And if we become sincere to take knowledge from Vasudeva, even you are in the wilderness, anywhere you are with Vasudeva. You are not alone. He is so friendly that he is living with you as your most intimate friend. That is described in the Vedic literature. Two birds are sitting in one tree. This is the tree. And two birds, Atma and Paramatma, they are sitting in the same tree. One is acting according to his whims for enjoying senses, and another is simply looking over when this rascal will turn his face towards me. This is going on. Why this talk? So, Vasudeva is always ready to help us, provided we want to take help from him. And he not only internally he is helping, externally also he is sending his representative to teach us. And there is Shastra, just like this Srimad Bhagavatam, Sadhu Shastra Guru. Guru is there, Shastra is there, saintly persons are there. You take advantage and the Lord is there within yourself. So why don't you take? This is intelligence. If we don't take the advantage, and this is possible in the human form of life, a cat and dog cannot take advantage of the sadhu, shastra and guru. Only the human being can accept it. Therefore, here it is said, Jasyangvai sviyomanaya. Jasyangvai sviyomanayam Krishna parama purushe. This Srimad Bhagavatam, Sattva Samhita, given by Vyasdev, not given by Vyasdev. Vyasdev is simply delivering what he has received from his Guru, Chaitanya Guru. He is delivering that knowledge. Vedic knowledge he is delivering. And he has written this book. Loka Sajanada, people are all rascals. So, the advantage we must take. What is that advantage? Jasyangvai sriyamanaya. If you simply hear this one, just like you are hearing, if you kindly come here and listen the instructions in the Srimad Bhagavatam, you become perfect. Simply by hearing. You haven't got to make any gymnastic or any physical labor. Simply come into the temple, manmana bhagavan bhakta, simply see the deity, naturally will think of deity. Oh, how nicely the Lord is dressed. That is thinking. Manmana, immediate thinking. The temple is constructed after spending so much money. Why? To give you chance of thinking. Because that is the beginning. It is not the money is wasted. Rascals are thinking that unnecessarily they have spent so much money. No. Paropakar. Giving chances to the rascal people to come here and see the deity and think of Krishna. This is what. If you simply think, oh, how Krishna is nicely dressed, that is thinking. Manmana. And if you offer little obeisance, Maga Namaskuru, then you still make further progress. Manmana bhava mad bhakta, madhyaji Maga Namaskuru. And if you hear about himself, in this way you become perfect. There is no necessity of very high education, MA, PhD, DSc, no. This is simple. Jasyangvai sriyamanaya. Here it is said. Simply by hearing. Jasyangvai sriyamanayam Krishna parama purusha. The whole idea is how to become Krishna conscious. That is the perfection of life. How to become Krishna conscious. So if we hear this literature given by Vyasdev, Sattva Samhita, Jasyangvai sriyamana, simply by hearing, Krishna parama purushe bhakti utpaddate. Because we require manmana bhavamad bhakta. Krishna says directly, bhavamad bhakta. So, how we can become Bhagavad Bhakta? And here is the process. Bhakti utpaddati pumsa. Now, what is the use of bhakti? Just see how Bhagavad is compiled, how nicely, because it is transcendental literature. You can say, what is the use of bhakti? Why shall I waste my time, come in the temple and hear about Krishna? Actually they are doing that, nobody is coming. Such a big temple, of course there are many temples that are going, but people, in other places also, people have lost interest. All interest, either temple or church or mosque. They do not know. Therefore they are surprised. In America, the Christian priests are surprised because they are closing their churches. In London, I have seen hundreds of churches are now closed. Nobody is going. If there is meeting, only the caretaker and few old ladies go. Because why they will go? That's a fact. and actually churches are being sold. It is not lying propaganda. Anyone, English boy, he will confirm this statement. Yes. People are losing interest. Here it is said that bhakti rutpadate, bhakti can be awake. It is not an artificial thing. If it was artificial thing, why the English and American boys, they had nothing to do with Krishna, they never heard in their life about Krishna. How? This is admitted by the Christian priest, that these boys, they are our boys, and formerly, before this Krishna consciousness movement, they never came to church, never inquired about God. Now, how it is that these boys are mad after God? They are surprised, and it is actually surprising. Why? Because the bhakti is there. It was not awakened by the so-called leaders and the priests. It was not awakened. Religion means to awaken that Krishna consciousness. That is religion. Savai pungsang paro dharma jato bhakti radhokhaje. That is religion. Religion is not formalities and ritualistic ceremonies. Religion means how to awaken the normal condition to become lover of God. That is normal condition. Love is there, and because we have no objective, because we have no instruction where to place our love, we are loving so many things up to the dog. Instead of God, we are loving dog. Love is there. The bhakti means jato bhakti radhokhaje. That means, bhakti means love. Unless you have bhakti, just like you are giving me so many garlands. Why you are giving? Because you love me. Otherwise there is no necessity. There is no necessity. The third person is not coming. But because you have got some love, therefore you are worshipping your spiritual master. So bhakti means love. Without love, there is no question of bhakti. So this bhakti has to be awake.